fat joy from everybody here at Racing to Win as we get set for a bumper programme at Sha Tin on Sunday. 11 races on the card. The two features the Chinese New Year Day Cup and the second leg, of course, of the four-year-old Classic Series. That is the Classic Cup itself. Very warm welcome to the show. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined here in the studio by form analyst Paul Lally and race caller Brett Davis as well. Brett, and it's a big one on Sunday.
That it is, Andrew. Yes, it's going to be a massive day of racing. As you mentioned, 11 races on the card. There's a whole heap of newcomers as well, PPs, PPGs, plenty for everybody to get excited about. And, of course, the Classic Cup along with the Chinese New Year Cup, the two highlights. The Classic Cup, nothing I like more. I think we'll start the deserved favourite. But, of course, we're upping the distance a little bit to the 1,800 metres. This race in the past has been noted to throw out a little rough result from time to time, but I'm predicting it won't happen.
Brave one to tip on this, yes. To go along with all those PPs and PPGs, Paul, we've got a big TT as well.
We have $9.5 million going into the jackpot, so expecting to get up to about 18 million for a single $10 winning unit. So plenty of money there, and as you mentioned, there's 18 of those first starters actually. So there's plenty of new horses floating around as well. Yeah. Coming up for Chinese New Year. Everyone wants to race their horses on Chinese New Year, don't they?
That's a race and a quarter, effectively, isn't it?
It is.
And Dylan Moe starts Chinese New Year with a £5 claim there.
Yeah, he's been riding so well that he's come down to, of course, the £5 now after riding 45 winners in total. So it'll get a little tougher for him, a little bit more competitive, but his confidence has obviously grown in the process. And let's see if he can lift the bar.
All right, still more landmarks as well, not too far off. We'll touch on those as we progress, but let's get into the programme. With 11 races, just the one horse withdrawn at the moment, Avellino, would have been a big chance as well, at my reckoning, but Lucky Shiny Day, the first starter, now gets a start with the aforementioned Dylan Moe in the saddle. So 11 races, all on the turf, meeting number 48, and we're on the A course as well for those two feature races. We kick things off with a Class 5. It's over the 1,400 metres with Ambitious Speedy heading them. Is one course and distance. They've both been in Class 5 as well. Newswire free run up last start. That was back in November for him, though. Winning control gets the blinkers back on. Ever Strong was fourth course and distance on New Year's Day. Regency Honey, a last start winner over the 1,200 metres. Glory Horsey coming out of that race, as is Dong Woncho. He finished third on that occasion. Equity Doctrine down at the bottom. Just one win to his name. That was on the all-weather today.
Well, Regency Honey, of course, was able to sit in behind the speed last start when he clawed over the top of them to win in the end. But up to a longer trip, he could be potentially the likely leader. Ambitious Speed is another one that potentially might roll forward. And Glory Horsey in the past has often been back, but up to 1,400 may give him the opportunity to be a little closer. I think it's a little bit of a patchy speed map to work out this one.
Ever Strong, there's a few musical jockeys going on here with Zach Purden riding last time, and Joe Moreira is jumping aboard with the cross noseband on for the first time. You can see strides out nicely enough here. Is the 5 Ever Strong, massive power. He's been up a while now and the blinkers go back on him, so I just thought it would be worth showing with the blinkers back on. He's got an awkward draw. Nash Rawiller will take them out on race day, but just a slow piece here with him involved, just sort of even sectionals. And I thought I'd show Gold Talent as well, because he's generally a pretty good track worker and he's changed stables. He's left Armin Lee and he's now gone to Derek Cruz. So here's the old boy there as well. He's just moseying along.
Not many 9-year-olds, having start 61, ever change a stable.
No. All right, well, let's start off with Regency Honey, the last start winner. This was over the 1,200 metres. Don Wongcho in the field. Glory Horsey stays on quite strongly, but all of them obviously up to the 1,400 here.
Yeah, look, he didn't lead on this occasion. He sat behind. It seemed to be, he seemed to run better, Regency Honey. I don't think this is a fluke either. I think the 1,400 metres will suit him. I found a place for him in the numbers. And Don Wongchoi, that's the best run we've seen from him for a while. He's got this light weight and a low barrier draw, so I've managed to sneak them both in.
Same. Yeah, I got them both in. I like the run from Don Wongchoi. In fact, I'll have him in the tips ahead of Regency Honey. Glory Horsey, he has drawn 14, so if he can offset it early by getting outside the lead, that'll help, but the barrier turned me off.
He's a 9-year-old. They're having his first try at this trip. Ever Strong, we saw him there in track work. So Joe Moreira jumps on board. This is his last start effort, fourth behind Soccer Brave.
How many starts now? 9, just one fourth. I'm going to dive in again. I've been quite loyal to this lightly raced galloper. I know there's plenty of ability there. I think I've said in the past too, I believe he's a better horse from what I've seen, ridden with a touch of patience. They're drawn 3. They can sit in here, get a bit of cover. There's definitely a Class 5 win in this horse for sure. However, saying that, he's had 9 now. You think by the time he gets to 9 and 10, he might start lifting the bar a little bit, but it hasn't happened yet, Paul.
No, I'm with you, though. I'll put him in.
Yeah.
No, I've got him on top, actually. I think this is his race because he's drawn barrier 3, so he'll definitely get his opportunity.
All right, Newswire 3 probably should as well from barrier 1. It's just his 3rd start now in Class 5. Again, last start effort over the 1,200 metres.
Yeah, the thing that put me off him was he's put on 59 pounds, which is... you know, it's half the buffet, isn't it, with Newswire 3, but he is racing well at the moment. Barrier 1, but I left him out for that reason when I saw that big weight increase.
It's only a quarter of the buffet if you like John Blantz. He can put it away, there's no doubt.
It's not fair, he's not here to defend himself.
Oh, he'll have his opportunity tomorrow. Trackside, Andrew, don't worry about that. He'd probably agree, actually. You can see I don't think too much of Newswire 3 because I haven't spoken a word about him. Right. He's had too many chances for me, but he did run second and he's drawn well.
OK, ambitious Speedy we can have a look at trialling. How do we rate his chances?
I haven't got him in the tips, but he was the bencher for me. He has won this trial on the dirt, a surface that he's performed OK on in the past, but he's won twice at Shah 10, both course and distance, had clear excuses last start, pulled up lame with a right front problem. Prior to that, he was second behind Nice Fandango, but it was on the dirt. So he's a 50-50 scenario for me.
Yeah, I left him out. Well, just with the top weight and barrier 8, I just thought that he was pushed out a bit in that trial as well. So
all right. OK, so he's out, but Ever Strong on top for you then, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going to leave Ever Strong on top. I don't think it's the strongest race. Barrier 3, cross noseband goes on. He'll get his opportunity. Regency Honey, I don't think it was a fluke, him winning, so we'll give him another chance. We've given this one plenty of chances winning controller, but he can run OK in sort of placings. The blinkers go back on him, so he's in the last chance saloon as well. And I thought it was a better run from Don Wong Choi. So I went 5, 7, 4 and 12, but I'll be playing exotics.
Seen it exactly the same as Paul, almost. Same 4 numbers. I've gone 5, 4, 12, 7, so very similar. I've probably been a little bit too loyal with Ever Strong, but I do think, as Paul said, this is a very winnable race for him. Winning control has been very weak at the 1650, back in trips better. Don Wong Choi, he could beat them all actually off the back of that last start. He's taken some time to come good though. And Regency Honey is a last start winner, 5, 4, 12, 7.
Yeah, similar for me, but I'm going to give Newswire 3 a chance. I'm not too concerned about the weights, but Barrier 1, only a 3rd start in Class 5, every chance for me.